guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to this week's edition of New Makeup Sunday. So this week I have some brand new palettes from CColor to share with you. Also a Sephora haul. I have some new L'Oreal products, a new skincare product from Doll 10 that I'm really excited about. So as always, stick around to the end of the video because I did get a chance to try out some of these products over the course of the week and I can let you know my first impressions. So why don't we go ahead and jump right in and I'll see you guys back here at the end. Hey guys, it's Monday. I just got a package from Nabla Cosmetics and they sent over their Close-Up Weightless Liquid Foundation. So this says that it has a luminous matte finish and medium buildable coverage. So this foundation isn't new. I think it came out last year, but they just increased the shade range. So now they have 30 different shades, which is awesome. And they sent me just a few little samples plus one full-size bottle right here. So the full size that they sent me is the shade L35 Light. So hopefully this will be a close match for me, but if not, I do have a couple other ones that maybe I can mix it with. And it says find out yourself, in one of the 30 shades of our Close-Up Futuristic Foundation new extended line. 10 new shades for every skin tone. Discover the perfect match because life comes in different tones. So they also sent over a foundation brush. This is their foundation buffer brush. It feels really nice and soft, and also the I can't talk today. Flawless Precision Makeup Sponge. So I can't wait to test this out. I'm just going to put maybe a little bit on the back of my hand and try to get an idea for the formula. And then hopefully later in the week, I'll be able to let you guys know once I've tested it out how I feel about it. So okay, already I can tell you the shade is definitely a little bit too yellow for me, but I can certainly make it work. I think if I maybe blend it with one of the other shades, hopefully it'll tone that down. But even if not, I think once it blends out, it'll probably be okay. So this has a very creamy texture, but it also is drying down almost immediately. So it's definitely not like a dewy type of foundation. It doesn't have a sticky feel. It almost feels a little bit like moussey, kind of like a mousse cream hybrid. And I would say the coverage on it is pretty decent. I would say it's about medium coverage or maybe light to medium. It does look maybe just slightly dry on my hand, but my hands are really dry, so I'm just gonna have to test it on my face and let you guys know later on. But it feels very, very soft on my skin and it doesn't look overly cakey or anything like that. So I'm gonna be testing it out with a brush as well as with a sponge, and hopefully I can let you know my thoughts in a few days. Next, I also got a skincare package from Erno Laszlo, and they sent over the new AHA Resurfacing Sleep Serum. So it says your new nighttime ritual, this 15% AHA blend of lactic, glycolic, and citric acids, plus actives from wild plum and goji berry, has the power of a chemical peel in the form of a gentle overnight serum to resurface dull skin, revealing your most youthful looking complexion. So this comes in a really heavy, beautiful bottle, and it says here, don't snooze on these results. During an independent 4-week clinical trial, the AHA Resurfacing Sleep Serum was proven to help reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. 23 out of 26 women said that their skin felt renewed, refreshed, and significantly smoother in the morning as a result of using this product. So they also sent over a pair of slippers, which is so cute. So let's go ahead and try a little bit of this on the back of my hand. I'll just use the other hand where I didn't put anything. I'm curious to see if this has any type of irritation with my skin. Sometimes my skin is very finicky these days. Ever since I turned 40 or so, my skin used to be able to tolerate absolutely anything. When I worked for Sephora, I was constantly slathering different skincare products on all the time, mixing them together it didn't matter. My skin was the toughest skin out of everybody who worked there. They always I was always the guinea pig because my skin could handle everything. And now once I hit 40, it's just kind of a little more finicky. I think it's still pretty tough, but there are definitely some things that irritate it now that wouldn't have before. So this feels really, really, my skin feels super smooth already just putting this on. It has sort of an immediate smoothing effect, and it feels very emollient. It feels like it has a lot of moisture in it as well. I don't know if it had the ingredients on the back of the bottle. No, I'm guessing because this is a PR package, it probably comes with an outer box. I don't see ingredients anywhere, but you can probably find them online. I'll go ahead and link it down in the description box below. But yeah, I don't feel any burning or stinging or anything, so hopefully it's pretty gentle and it works really well on my face. So if you'd like to see an update on this one, definitely let me know that as well. I had also placed an order with Sephora because I was dying to try this kit from SolBasu or SolBasu. I'm not sure how you say it, but this is a Korean skincare brand. It's very, very expensive, but this bestsellers trial kit was $54 and you get a really large bottle of the First Care Activating Serum. I got a sample of it a while ago, fell in love with it, but it's like an $84 serum. It's actually not even a serum. It's supposed to go right after you cleanse, even before your toner, and it's supposed to help all the other products penetrate better. And I really saw a difference in my skin while I was using it, so I wanted to try a few more products from the line, and this has been sold out for quite a while. I had signed up to get an email when it came back in stock, and it finally did. So I can try out a few of the products, plus they give you this big bottle of the First Care. I think this bottle is probably about an ounce. Let me see if I can find out. Yes, it's 1.01 fluid ounces, and the large size is a 2-ounce size for $84. So this is basically half the size, but I feel like even this is going to be a really decent sized bottle because you really only need like a drop of it to cover your whole face. So they also give you the gentle cleansing foam, the essential balancing water, and then the concentrated ginseng cream. So let's just go ahead and open this up and take a quick look. All right, so I'm not going to test out the cleansing foam right now, but I just want to quickly show you this stuff because it really, like, it's made such a difference in my skin just using it. It has a little bit of an herbal scent and it's just very water light. It's really, really nice and it just makes my skin feel so incredibly soft. So I'm hoping that, layered with some of the other SolBasu products, that, it'll just make even more of a difference in my skin. So we'll see what happens. I can definitely let you guys know my results later on after I've tested it for a while, but I was super excited to try this kit, and if I like everything, I may end up purchasing more, but we'll have to see. And then another skincare product that I got that I couldn't wait to try is from Peter Thomas Roth, and this is the Pro Strength Niacinamide Discoloration Treatment. It's a 15% brightening complex. It has niacinamide, tranexamic acid, kojic acid, alpha-arbutin, so all of those are pretty much meant to fade discoloration, and also pentapeptides. So it seems like a really powerful formula. It says it reduces the look of discoloration and dark patches with an extra strength tone correcting formula. So it shows some before and afters here, and you can see kind of the sun damage on her cheek right there, which is where I have it. And after 8 weeks, it is so much less. So I'm really excited to test this out. It says dark spots and sunspots were less visible, skin looks brighter and less dull, skin clarity was improved. So I can go ahead and show you the ingredient list right here in case you want to check that out. Niacinamide is like the second ingredient after water. And I've had really good results with niacinamide treatments in the past. I used the one from Good Molecules, which is really affordable, and I noticed a really big difference, but I like that this includes a bunch of other things as well. The tranexamic acid is also really high up on the list. It does have dimethicone. We have the alpha-arbutin, also pretty high up there. And then we have the kojic acid right here. So this says you can use it AM and PM. So let's go ahead and just check it out and see what the texture is like. Oh, so for a serum, it actually seems almost more like a cream texture. It's like a light lotion, I would say. I don't know what this pink thing is on my skin. All right, anyway. Yeah, it just feels kind of like a light lotion texture. So it may add a little bit of hydration. It does have shea butter in the formula, so I think this will be a really nice light layer underneath my moisturizer. And it just feels like super hydrating and actually makes my skin look very smooth, or feel very smooth. And I did see that there was dimethicone in the formula pretty high up on the list as well, so that probably is aiding in that kind of feeling of smoothing out the skin, filling in the pores and stuff like that. And dimethicone is also great for just kind of sealing in moisture. It's a really good kind of barrier product. So anyway, I will definitely keep you guys updated. I plan to do before and after photos, so I'm going to take photos of my skin now and then again in like 6 weeks or so, maybe a month, and we'll see where we are after a month, and then maybe I'll do like a 2-month follow-up. So if that's something you guys would like to see, definitely let me know. I also used 100 points and got this sample of the new Fenty Full Frontal Mascara. It says volume, lift, and curl. So it's just a tiny little one, but it should be enough to give me a chance to try out the formula without actually having to purchase the full size. So I'll also let you guys know, hopefully at the end of the video, I'll try this out this week and see where we're at. And then I also got one of these new Bare Minerals Mineralist Hydra Smoothing Lipsticks. I got it in the shade Focus, and I've seen quite a few YouTubers now talking about this and how great it is. It says it's full of lip smoothing color, free of dryness, lip color and treatment in one. Cold pressed sea buckthorn fruit oil adds moisture and mineral pigments, boosted with olive oil extract, provide rich color in one swipe. And it says it's made with minimal ingredients for maximum impact. So here's a look at the ingredient list right there. So let's check out this color. It's always so hard to tell what the color is going to look like, from the website, but it looked like it was going to be just a really beautiful pinky nude shade, which it definitely looks like it is. So let's do a little swatch. That's a beautiful color. Definitely like one of those everyday wearable, like My Lips But Better kind of shades. So I will keep you guys updated, hopefully at the end of the video, on how this one is as well. Hey guys, it's Tuesday. I just got a package from CColor Cosmetics with some brand new dupe palettes that are going to be launching very soon. I'm not exactly sure of the date yet. I don't know if they're going to be released by the time you're watching this video, but if they are, I'll leave them linked down in the description box below. I also do have an affiliate code for CColor to save an extra 10%. So the first one is called Blue Sky, and this one looks just like a dupe for the Jeffree Star Blue Blood palette. I don't have that one to compare it to, but I can go ahead and put a picture of it here on the screen just so you can see what they look like side by side. I mean, it really looks like a shade for shade dupe, so I'm very excited because I don't own any Jeffree Star palettes and it's not really a brand that I'm into, so to have the same colors at an affordable price is really awesome. Again, I don't know how much these are going to retail for yet, but normally their palettes are anywhere between like $7 and maybe $12. They're very, very affordable. And one thing I just want to say quickly is I'm not crazy about this packaging. I feel like I like their cardboard packaging a little bit more, or like the ones that come in the tin packages that are like the Too Faced palettes. Those I prefer to these just because I feel like this type of packaging looks a little bit on the cheaper side, but I'm hoping that the quality inside is just as good as all their other palettes. And really, at the end of the day, that's what counts. So let's go ahead and swatch a couple of these shades. I'm dying to see what they're like. So let's grab some of these blues and greens. I just love CColor's formula. If you're new to their brand and you haven't checked them out, they're basically like my favorite dupe brand because the quality is so good. And I find that they're the closest to the originals whenever I compare them side by side and do like one eye with the CColor palette and then one eye with the high-end one. It always comes out like exactly the same. So I just love them. And I mean, look at how smooth these shimmers are. They're so pretty. So let's go ahead and try a couple of the matte shades. I feel like cooler toned purple mattes and stuff like that are a lot more tricky to work with. So I'm hoping that these are good. Let's try this one. They pick up really easily. They feel really nice and soft. So that's good. Yeah, I mean, so far, like, I feel like this one was a little bit patchy, but it also kind of went around my knuckle right here. So let me just see if I can build this one up a little bit. Yeah, that's a lot better. Again, I'll have to see how these work out on the eyes, but I mean, so far they seem to be pretty good. Let me just try a few more, maybe like this pink and maybe the mint green. See what these look like. Those are really smooth, really velvety. And one thing I love about their mattes as well is that they're not the super powdery kind that just blend away on your eyes. I feel like they have really good staying power and they don't like blend away and get all muddy. So I really, really enjoy their formula a lot. This looks absolutely beautiful as well. So I can't wait to wear this, especially going into the spring and summertime. I think it's going to be perfect. All right, and then the second dupe we have is Lust in Paradise, and this one is definitely a dupe for the new Too Faced Natural Lust palette. Well, I wouldn't say it's new, but it's like newish. So this one is also in this newer packaging. You have a little sheet with the shade names right here. And let me just go ahead and pull out the Too Faced one so we can do a quick comparison. All right, so here's a look at Natural Lust, and to be honest with you, this was not my favorite formula from Too Faced. I like the palettes that come in the tin packaging, like the gingerbread one, a lot better than the ones that come in this type of packaging. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't anything special, so I'm hoping that the CColor one actually is a little bit better. But as you can see, These look really, really close as far as all the shades go. It seems to be a spot on like shade for shade dupe. It's just that the shades are in a different order. So I thought we could maybe swatch like the Too Faced versus this. We can do a couple of comparison swatches and then you can see how the formulas compare. So let's start out with this turquoise shade right here. So I'll do the SeaColor palette first and then I'll do the Too Faced one. So, I mean, they do look like they're pretty spot on. So here we have the SeaColor, and then we have the Too Faced. And actually, I feel like the SeaColor one swatched a little bit better. The Too Faced one was a little bit flaky in texture. It's not quite as creamy and buttery, and I just feel like this one is a little bit more pigmented. All right, let's try another shimmer shade. So let's do this grayish one down here. This is really beautiful, and I think this is Peep Show in the Too Faced palette. It's so hard to tell at a glance which one is which, but I think these are supposed to be the dupes. So here's the SeaColor one first, and then we have the Too Faced. Again, I mean, look at the difference. Like, I wasn't kidding when I said the Too Faced formula is not the best. It's really not that great. And, you know, the chocolate gold palette, the gingerbread, those are some of my favorites from Too Faced, but I just feel like this one was so not great. And you can definitely tell a huge difference between these two. The SeaColor one is just way more vibrant. Let's do one more shimmer shade. I want to try this kind of olivey green shimmer. It's so beautiful. And it's called Temptation in the Too Faced palette. So here's the SeaColor, and then we have the Too Faced. The Too Faced one actually held its own pretty well. In this one, I still think this one maybe is just a little bit deeper, but they're very, very close. So all right, now let's try a couple of the matte shades. So first let's try maybe this like dusty rosy shade. This is one of my favorites from the Too Faced palette. It's called Come and Get It. Okay, so here we have the SeaColor. And then here we have the Too Faced. Actually, they don't look like they're exact color dupes. I don't know if I grabbed the right one. I think I did. I can't really see any other shade that would match that, but I guess for whatever reason, they didn't do an exact shade match with this one, so maybe that wasn't the best example. They look really similar in the pan, but they're not actually. So let me try a different one. Maybe I'll go for like this deeper berry shade. In the Too Faced palette, it's called Pinned Down. So I guess I'll just do it over here. So this is the SeaColor one, and then here we have the Too Faced. I feel like, again, they're very similar. The Too Faced is a little more pigmented, I would say, but they both have sort of a crumbly texture to them. Quite a bit of fallout going on there because they're so soft. Yeah, so I definitely feel like maybe the Too Faced ones are a little more pigmented, while the SeaColor shimmer shades are a little more impressive. But again, swatching doesn't always tell the whole story as well, so I'm gonna have to play with this one on my eyes and see what I think. But I mean, I've never had any issues with their matte shades at all, even though they're not necessarily swatching the best. I feel like they always apply really nicely to my eyes, so I'll keep you guys updated for sure. Hopefully by the end of the video I will have tried these. Hey guys, it's Wednesday morning. I just got my Amazon order in the mail, and I had ordered some of the new Age Perfect products from L'Oreal. They've expanded the line and I'm very excited about it, especially like now that I'm in my 40s, because this line is supposed to be geared towards more mature skin types. So I can't wait to try everything out. I have the new Radiant Serum Foundation, concealer, 2 different blushes, a lipstick, a mascara, and a brow pencil. So let's go ahead and start with the foundation. Very curious to see what this one is like. I didn't realize at the time that it has a chemical sunscreen in it, which normally I'm not a fan of, just because I had an allergic reaction to one last year. So we'll have to see how this one works out. If I start getting any type of irritation on my face, I'm not going to be able to use it. But this one is broad spectrum SPF 50. It has antioxidants and it's a concentrated serum. I got it in the shade Rose Ivory. So let's just go ahead and put a little on my hand and see what it looks like. It's so hard to tell what color to get when you're ordering online. Hopefully this one is okay. I think it was like the second to lightest shade. Ooh, so right away, this feels very, very creamy. So far, I like the texture of it. I think it feels like really hydrating and almost like a moisturizer with a little bit of color to it. So definitely something that I look for these days, because my skin is dry, I have fine lines, so I don't like that heavy makeup-y look. I like things that look a lot more like skin. So Yeah, I mean, I think coverage wise, it covers pretty well. I think it canceled out all of the redness that's in my skin for sure. It didn't cover up these light freckles right here, but that's totally fine. I'm not looking for something super full coverage. So I think close up, it looks very skin-like. I don't see it clinging to dry patches or anything. So I'm really excited. The one thing I do want to mention though is that it has a sunscreen scent to it, which a lot of ones with chemical sunscreens do. So it's not really a deal breaker, but just wanted to mention it. And then we also have the Radiant Concealer. So I don't think this one has any type of sunscreen in it at all. I got the shade 200 Ivory. So let's just put these like on those freckles right there, and then I can see what the coverage is like if it hides those at all. This feels extremely creamy too, and almost like a gel-like texture. That's really interesting and nice for a concealer. Usually I feel like concealers feel more on the dry side, so I love how dewy this one feels. So yeah, I mean, it didn't completely hide those freckles either, but it definitely minimized them even more. I don't think this is supposed to be necessarily like a super heavy coverage concealer or anything like that, so I'm not expecting that, but it did definitely hide a little bit more. So hopefully I'll get a chance to try this out this week and I can let you know at the end of the video what I think of it so far. Let's check out these blushes next. I got two shades, Peony and Rosewood. So I'm just gonna open these up and we'll swatch them. So here's a closer look at the Peony shade. It's really pretty, kind of peachy pink, and also these have a mirror on the other side right there. So that's that one. And then we have Rosewood, and this one is a really beautiful kind of light mauvey pink. It's a little more on the cool tone side. That one is so beautiful as well. So let's go ahead and swatch these. Swatch Peony first. All right, so that is very, very sheer. So I'm guessing these are the types of blushes that you can just build up, which honestly I don't mind at all because I actually like a more sheer blush that I can build to my heart's content rather than something that's just going to be like full on clown cheeks right off the bat. So that's a really pretty, just very natural looking color. And then let's try Rosewood. And these are the lighter of the shades as well. They did have deeper ones, so I feel like those might show up a little bit better if you're not as pale as I am. So again, I'll just do another layer. I mean, they go on very smoothly. I think they're really beautiful, just easy, natural looking blushes. And I feel like this whole line is supposed to be kind of like that vibe. So very, very excited to test these out. And then next up we have the Age Perfect Lash Magnifying Mascara. It says instantly thicker volumized lashes, and it has conditioning serum with jojoba oil. And then on the back it says it has a delicate brush, which I remember reading on Amazon. They had like a bunch more information about it on the website, and it said that the brush is supposed to be softer, so it's not poking you in the eyes. And you know, if somebody has sensitive eyes and mascara brushes normally irritate you, that this was supposed to be soft. So I thought that was kind of interesting. It's the first time I've ever seen a mascara, you know, have that claim, but I definitely do know people who don't like the plastic ones because they're just too hard on their lash line. So here's a look at the tube, and let's take a look at the brush inside. Yeah, so it's just like your standard mascara wand, and I actually really love this type because it's very thin. It gets right up to the lash line easily. I'm guessing this is probably not going to be one of those formulas that gives more of the false, I can't talk today at all either, the false lash look, because it's supposed to be, I think, more of like a natural looking line, but we'll have to see. We also have the Age Perfect Magnifying Brow Pencil. I got the shade Blonde, and this says it softly defines brows. It's an ultra fine point, so it has a little spoolie on one end as well. And this is not like a micro brow pencil, it's more of just like the regular one. So let's just see what this color looks like really quick. I feel like it might be a little too warm for me. That's kind of a bummer. Usually blonde shades are a little taupier, and this one, I think it's definitely too warm. So I don't know. I was between this one and the soft brown, I think it was called, but that one on the website looked really dark. So I was hoping this one was going to be a little bit closer of a match, but it may not work out so well. We'll have to see. And then last but not least, we have the lipstick. This one's in the shade 102 Bright Mocha. And this actually has one of those conditioning cores that's in the middle, so it's supposed to be really hydrating on your lips. Let me just put it down here, I guess, by the blushes. This just looked like a really pretty pinky nude shade. It seems like it's going to be really creamy, which is good, really hydrating. I definitely like that color a lot, so I'm glad I picked this shade. It was so hard to choose. A lot of them I feel like looked really bright online, and this one just looked like the most natural looking color. So anyway, I will definitely keep you guys updated on this line. Don't forget to stay tuned to the end of the video because I may have tried some of the products by the end of the week and I can let you know my thoughts. I also got a PR package from LA Girl, and they sent over their 2 new palettes. So I actually bought the Mastery one at Ulta very recently, but I didn't buy the Artistry one. So I'm happy to have this one now as well. And I'm going to put this one in the giveaway pile since I already own it. I did swatch this one in a previous Sunday haul, so I can go ahead and link that above if you want to go and check that out. But this one is just a really beautiful rosy toned neutral palette. So I really enjoyed this one a lot. I think the formula of these is fantastic. So I'll go ahead and quickly swatch some shades of this new one as well, just so you can see what it looks like. And just to let you know, also these are now available at select Target, Ulta, and CVS stores. So let's go ahead and open this one up. All right, so let's take a look inside, and in this one you have some really beautiful neutral shades. You also have this row here with the blues and the greens, and this shade is calling my name as well, this taupey gray. That looks so beautiful. So why don't we go ahead and just swatch a couple of colors so you can see what the formula is like. If you haven't seen me swatch these before, you're going to be impressed because, I mean, they are just absolutely stunning, gorgeous, like foiled metallic shimmers. They're so soft and silky and blendable. Let's try one of these greens. I mean, they're amazing. And they've really become one of my favorite drugstore eyeshadows these days because they're just so good. I mean, the pigment is just insane for the price. So very happy with these overall. Look at that blue. Let's just try a few more because these are so beautiful. Try like this peachy pink. So stunning. Look at that copper. All right, then let's just do a couple of the matte shades. Most of the mattes, or actually all of the mattes in this palette, are really just neutral for the most part. So we have that really pretty kind of peachy nude, and then we have a brownish nude, and then this orange one. I mean, the mattes are so velvety and so soft as well. But anyway, if you guys would like to see a video of some looks with either one of these palettes, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Hey guys, it's Saturday morning. I just got an order from Target. I got a couple of things online. We're going to be going to Disney again in April this year, so I need some summer stuff a little bit sooner than I normally would here in the Northeast. So I got a couple of dresses and I also got 3 pairs of shoes. They had so many cute styles I just couldn't choose, so I'll just take everything out and quickly show you guys. So the first pair of shoes is from the Universal Thread line. I thought these sneakers were so adorable. They have the espadrille bottom, but they're just like a regular white sneaker. They have the little pink back right here. They are just so super cute. I cannot wait to try these on. I think they're going to be awesome, especially like for walking around the parks. They do have like more of a rubbery sole, so I think they're going to be a little bit more comfortable than espadrilles will be. So I'm super excited for these. And then the next pair of shoes I got is also from Universal Thread, and I got these really cute wedges. I'm not super into high heels these days, but I do like to wear shoes like this when I wear dresses, like if we're going out to dinner or something. But you know, it's a little more dressed up than a pair of flat sandals, but it's not a super high wedge. So I really like the color of these two. I think they'll go with everything. And then the last pair of shoes I got is from A New Day, and these are a pair of sandals actually. And I just thought these looked really adorable and sporty. I had tried these on in store and they were super comfortable, and so that's why I went on the website just to get these, but then I saw everything else and the rest is history. So anyway, maybe I'll do a quick try on. I'm going to try this stuff on anyway, and then you guys can see what it looks like. But first I just want to show you the 2 dresses that I got. So this is the first one. This is from Universal Thread, and I loved this, not only the color but also the style. I love fit and flares on me because I'm a little bit wider in the hips, and also it has the little tie belt, which is great too because you can cinch in the waist a little. So I also thought that the length looked pretty good. It's not too short, so at least I'm hoping it's not. So there's that one. And then I also got this t-shirt dress from Universal Thread. I got one of these last year and I lived in it. It was so comfortable. It was a great length. It fit me really well. So I decided to get a new color. The one I got last year was like a blue with white stripes, and this one's white with the pink stripes. They also have solid colors, but I kind of like the stripe just because it's such a plain silhouette that it just breaks it up a little bit. So anyway, that's what I got. Let's go ahead and try all this stuff on. All right, so first up here are the white sneakers. These are so cute. They're very, very comfortable. I'm glad that I went with the reviews and ordered a half a size down because I'm normally a size 8 and these are 7.5 and they actually are very roomy on me. I almost maybe could have gone to a 7, but I think they'll be okay. So these definitely run a little bit larger, but I love them. I think they're so adorable. All right, so here's the t-shirt dress. I love the way that it fits. It's not super clingy, which is great because again, I am a little bit larger in my hip area. So I think it fits just perfectly. It's not too tight, not too loose. I also really love these sandals. They're super duper comfy. And I just feel like they're really cute. I love the color. Again, I feel like it's gonna go with just about anything. So very happy with these so far. All right, and then here's dress number 2. So I forgot to mention these are both in size medium, which is my normal size. I'm about 5'6" and 140 pounds or so currently. So usually I get mediums, but I don't know, this one seems like it might be a little bit too big on me, so I might try to size down to the small and see what I think, but there's just a lot of extra fabric when I went to tie this, so I think it looks like just maybe a little bit too much fabric with this one, but otherwise I think it's cute. I mean, I think the length is good on it. Also, I really like these shoes as well. These are the wedges and I really like these as well. I think they're going to go with a lot of different outfits. They're just like kind of a neutral. So anyway, just wanted to show you that Target haul really quick. I'll leave everything linked down in the description box below in case you're interested. All right, guys, so that's all I have, but just quickly, I want to share some thoughts on a few of the products that I got a chance to try this week. Actually, not just a few, I got a chance to try out almost everything. So first, let's start with these SeaColor palettes. The Blue Sky one, I actually wore in my last video that I posted on Friday of the new palette dupes. So if you saw my blue eyeshadow look in that video, that was this palette, and I actually got quite a few compliments on it and people asking what palette it was. So it was this one right here, and I think it did a wonderful job. I was really impressed by the quality as always. So I really enjoyed working with it and I'm excited to keep playing with it. And then today's eye look actually is with the Lust in Paradise palette. So I just did kind of a golden eye look with this one. I can quickly just show you the shades that I used. I used this one right here in my crease, and then I used this one, these two actually in my outer corner, and then I put this gold one right here on my lid. And again, I also thought the quality was really good on this one. I felt like it was very easy to work with, no complaints whatsoever. And I also think these have great staying power. I used this one yesterday as well, and then the blue one, I felt like they lasted on my eyes all day. By the time I was ready to take my makeup off at night, they still looked good. So very impressed as always with SeaColor. Then when it comes to the foundations, I tried out both the Nabla Close-Up one and also the Age Perfect from L'Oreal. I'm actually wearing this one today for the first time. I tried the Nabla one a few times throughout the week because I had some issues with it looking a little bit dry and makeup-y on my skin, and it didn't look that way at first. Actually, when I first applied it, it looked really skin-like, really nice, and then over the course of the day, when I would catch a look at myself in the mirror, I just noticed that it was kind of starting to cling to dry patches and stuff like that. So I think the best way that I found to use this one is with a damp beauty sponge. I felt like I got the best result with that, and it was the least makeup-y kind of look, but my skin is really dry right now. It's still winter, so I think maybe I will revisit this one in the spring when my skin is in a little bit better shape, because I really did like the coverage and I felt like it looked super natural at first. I really like the finish of it. It's not super matte, it's not dewy, it's kind of somewhere right in the middle, like that sweet spot that really looks like your skin. I just felt like as it kind of wore, it looked a little bit dry. But this one, on the other hand, is a beautiful finish. I feel like my skin looks so good. It doesn't look like I'm wearing foundation at all. It's really like a tinted moisturizer, but with a lot more coverage than a normal tinted moisturizer would have. And also, so far, I haven't had any reaction to the sunscreen. I'm not really sure which one it is that bothers me because the Neutrogena one that I reacted to had several different ones in it, and a few of them were these, but then a few of them aren't. So it's kind of hard to tell which of these is making me break out. So we'll see how this goes. Today's the first day I've worn it, so the reaction actually with the Neutrogena sunscreen took a couple of days, so I'll have to keep you guys updated on whether or not this does anything, but so far I love the finish of it, so I am hoping that it does not break me out or irritate my skin in any way because I really love the finish of this. I think it's beautiful. I can't really say the same for the concealer though. This one can look a little bit heavy and cakey on my skin for some reason. And it's so super emollient. It's one of those ones that doesn't like add a lot of coverage. You almost feel like it's not really doing anything, but it's adding another layer of makeup to your face. So that's something that I kind of am not crazy about with this one. I like a concealer that gives you the most coverage that you're gonna get, but like using the littlest amount. And with this one, I feel like you have to use a lot of it to get any sort of coverage whatsoever. And then it can start to look a little bit heavy and more makeup-y. So I feel like I keep using the word makeup-y, like I don't even know if that's a word, but anyway, you guys know what I mean. But with this one, I just feel like I have to use too much to get it to cover. So I don't know, I'm gonna keep playing with it a little bit, but I just feel like it's a lot heavier looking on the skin than this is. So I don't really know how I feel about this one yet, but already I can say I definitely love the foundation. And then also the Age Perfect blushes. I'm wearing the Peony one on my cheeks today. I love this color. I wore the Rosewood one yesterday and it wore so well. I put it on in the morning and by nighttime I could still see it perfectly. It didn't fade at all. And they are sheer, but I feel like when you put them on with a brush, they're actually not as sheer as they were when I was trying to swatch them. They actually applied really nicely and pretty pigmented. I was shocked. I wasn't expecting that after the swatches looked a little bit lackluster. So I'm very impressed with these as far as the wear time goes. They have a really pretty satiny finish that's not glowy, but it's not matte or flat either. It's just like really beautiful, kind of slightly glowy cheek. So love these a bunch. Then when it comes to the Age Perfect brow pencil, this is definitely the wrong color for me, but not only that, when I used this yesterday, I used it one time and look at how short and stubby this is already, because this is one of those pencils that is super soft and super waxy. So I feel like I wore it all the way down to a nub just using it this one time, which was kind of insane. I feel like I'm gonna go through this very quickly that way. But it's just one of those super soft brow pencils that's very waxy. It's almost like a pomade in a stick. So when you go to try to go back over a section that you already did, it kind of like sticks to the other layer that you put down and moves it all around. So I much prefer ones that are a little bit drier, like not so dry that you have to press really hard, but just that sweet spot in between where it's like firm, but it's not super dry. And this one is just way too soft and waxy for me, so not really a fan of this brow pencil. When it comes to the mascaras, I actually have some before and afters to show you. I tried out the Fenty one, and I have to say I love what this did to my lashes. It made my lashes really big and voluminous and long and kind of that false lash look that I'm always looking for. The one complaint that I have about it though is that the brush is a little bit strange and it was a little bit awkward to work with. So the brush is kind of like a flat paddle shape. Let's see if I can focus on it. It's a flat paddle shape and you're supposed to use the wide part first to comb through the lashes initially and then turn it to the side and use this part to just comb through everything. But I just felt like I kept getting mascara on my eyelid. It was like every single time, no matter how careful I was, it just kept like getting on there because just the shape of this brush is really awkward to use. So that's the one downside to this, but I really love what it did to my lashes. And also it held up really well throughout the day. So I really do like this formula. I just have to kind of work on using that brush. And then the Age Perfect one I'm wearing today, and I'll show you before and after of this one as well. I don't think it made my lashes quite as big, but it was actually more of an impact than I thought this would be because I was expecting this one to just be like a really like natural looking mascara, but it built up really well and I felt like it gave me really nice length and volume. I haven't worn this all the way throughout the day yet, so I don't know if this is gonna smudge or anything like that. The Fenty one didn't, but we'll see how this one holds up and I can definitely let you guys know later on. But I do like the way my lashes look and I love the brush on this one. I think it was really easy to use, really easy to get right up to the lash line, so I really like that as well. Alright, so that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below if you've tried any of these products already or if you have any plans on purchasing any of them. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button right here in the corner of your screen, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys!